This is my audience, Ben Nessif and Mitch Koopman. They are my roommates. Inspiration comes from many different things. Good water conditions, a sunset session, who's in your boat, how big the wake is, and the status of your personal life. It's always random and different. I'm continually seeking new and different ways to become inspired. Sometimes it's easy, sometimes it's a struggle. Keith Lyman, professional wakeboarder. Imagine it's a summer day. Water conditions are perfect. The water's calm and the sun's setting. Perfect conditions to go for a wakeboard ride. Only problem is you can't get up to enjoy it. I know I'd love to be in this situation, being a die-hard wakeboarder and enthusiast like I am. Today I'll give you some helpful hints to enjoy your summer to the fullest and get you up on that wakeboard. First off is you're going to need equipment. You're going to need to start off with wakeboard bindings, a wakeboard itself, a rope, and a boat, and a driver. Let's start with the wakeboard. Wakeboards come in many different sizes and shapes. There's beginner models, there's intermediate, and there's professional models. When you're first starting out, you're going to want to get a beginner board, and you're going to want to watch the scale size and chart size for the right board for you. The next is you're going to need to get set of bindings. There's open-toed and closed-toed. Closed-toed are pretty much identical to snowboard bindings, and they fit just like a shoe. Open-toed bindings are very hard to get into. They're very firm. They're older. A lot of people recommend using soap or a detergent. Otherwise, they also have a binding compound that you can put in there to get your foot in easier. The rope is different from skiing. Skiing ropes don't give tension. They let you expand. So since they expand, it's not good for wakeboarding. You want to get an actual wakeboarding rope, which is polyurethane covered, and it keeps that tension for your wakeboarding experience. Boats, there's one main kind of boat. Majority of wakeboarders like to go behind an inboard boat where the boat's actually in the motor. It's not outside of the motor like a fishing boat. This is because it creates a bigger wake and a more enjoyable experience. Now that we got your equipment down, now we need to get on to weather conditions. Weather is a huge important factor into wakeboarding. Perfect weather conditions are you want the water to be calm. You don't want to have choppy water. If you have choppy water, you're not going to have fun experience. You're going to be trying to overcome all the waves, and you're going to end up crashing, and you're going to get frustrated very quickly, and you'll probably give up very shortly. Even if it is rough and windy, as long as the wind is going in a certain direction, usually you can always find a calm spot on a lake. The wind's going north, go to the south side of the lake, vice versa. If the winds are really bad on both sides, usually every lake has a bay. If the bay's big enough and deep enough, you can go right in there. And then lastly, you want to make sure there's no storms coming. You don't want to be caught in the water, attached to a huge fiberglass boat with a nice metal tower, and all of a sudden a thunderstorm hits. So now we got your equipment and the weather conditions figured out for us to go wakeboarding. Now let's talk about how to get up. The only time I haven't been able to get someone up on their first outing wakeboarding was because they psyched themselves out. So lesson one is don't despair. You can get up. That was Brian Dieter from wakeboarding.org. A couple of hints and tips that I have for wakeboarding that I've seen a lot of people go through is they try too hard. Let the boat pull you up. When you're in the water and you have your board binding, keep your arms straight and your elbows locked. If you have loose elbows, the boat's going to end up jerking you and you're risking just going to flop forward. Next, you're going to act like you're sitting in a chair. Just relaxing, knees bent, and a hint that I learned from a professional, which you'll see later in this video that I have for you, is you want to pretend there's a dollar bill behind your knee, and you don't want that dollar bill to fall out until you're completely out of the water. But the biggest thing I can stress is let the boat pull you up.
First thing you're going to be your elbows. Your elbows, if they are relaxed, are going to be completely straight. The next thing you're going to think about is your knees. If your knees are relaxed, your knees are going to completely shut. So much, in fact, I tell people that if you're getting up and you have a dollar bill behind your knee, which could be an expensive process. But think about $1 being behind each knee. If that dollar drops, that means that you're opening your knee, in turn trying to stand up, which in turn makes it super hard to get up. So remember, hold that dollar. That means that your knees are shut. If you relax, your knees are also going to push into your chest, and your heels are going to push into your butt. Can I say that? Okay, I just did. I think I said that in the first video. Anyway, you can cut to that.
Let your knees push up against your chest, and your heels should hit your butt. And I said butt.
So the whole thing is when you're trying to get up, you hear me say relax your arms, relax your knees, relax everything, because the harder you try to get up, the harder it is. When the boat begins to go, you're going to have both hands down on the handle, not the baseball grip. You want to keep your shoulders and everything even. Both hands facing down all the way apart on the handle. Doesn't matter if your elbows are inside your knees or outside or on top. As long as your knees are bent, I don't care where your arms land. When the line tightens up, keep your eyes looking at the boat. Keep your arms straight, your knees bent. Once again, your knees are going to hit your chest, your heels are going to go into your butt. You're going to think about allowing the boat to pull your chest over your knees. Think about your hands going past.
So take it from the pro, Sean Murray. You got to keep your knees bent. You want your knees tight and bent. You want to keep your arms straight. You want to let the boat pull you up. And you want to stay calm and relaxed during the whole process. Today I gave you a couple helpful tips and techniques to enjoy your wakeboard summers. So get out there and try wakeboarding. Now that I've told you about the equipment, the weather, conditions that you need, and your overall techniques and tips that you need to learn, get out there and go wakeboarding. Do you really want to be stuck here in Fargo drinking all weekends long when you could be out in the summer? Be out in Minnesota on the lakes in the summer and enjoy your summer.